Hi guys, this is Arif from Life Travel and Food. Today I am going to tell you the things we need to know before moving in Australia. I moved to Australia around 8 months ago and I learned a lot of things when I moved here. I thought let's share those knowledges that I got. This blog will be helpful to those who are trying to move with family in order to stay here in Australia permanently or temporarily. Okay, so let's check those things that I'm going to share right now, and you need to know before moving here. Number 1, carry valid items. You are moving and probably you want to bring a lot of stuff with you. Be careful about this and have a look the link above where I have said which item you can bring with you and which items you can't. Number 2, book a car beforehand. Well, you are moving and it's likely that you will bring a lot of stuff with you and your luggage will have plenty of items. So my recommendation would be, in order to fly a peace of mind, just rent a car for one day beforehand. So as soon as you land, you don't have to think much. You just go to the rental office, and then you got your car, you put all your baggage there and you drive from there to city. Now the important point here is why we need to rent a car, because for example, if your luggage is quite big, then accordingly you can rent a car like kind of the SUV car, big car. Okay, and then that will be really helpful sometimes, especially there is a lot of crowd when people land, so you can definitely avoid the tense situation after landing in the airport. Okay, so number 3, credit card and debit card. Bring credit card with international transaction enabled with you. Some services like rental car service doesn't allow you to pay cash. Why? Because you don't have any identity yet. Yeah, I mean, of course you have identity, you have the passport, but you have the visa, but they want something local, but you don't have those yet. So what they will request you to pay via your credit card, and then they will issue you a card against that credit card. At least if you don't have credit card, please bring a debit card with you. Okay, that will also work. In such case, they will charge 400 Australian dollars beforehand, but those amount will be refundable as soon as you refund the car, you get the car back. Okay, so that's important to have credit card or debit card. Number 4 is weather. Be mindful about weather, Australian weather especially, because it is probably pretty sure that you are living a country where it is now summer. Australia, it is winter. Because if you compare the weather chart of a world, then you will see Australia is kind of following always the reverse. So if you normally travel if you move here between May to September, then I would request you always try to bring extra clothes with you. Always carry extra clothes with you so that you can protect from Australian cold weather. Number 5, health insurance. Although it's not mandatory as a part of getting visa, what you should know that there are some services that we never care when we bought a health insurance. What happened, from me was like, when this told me that I have to buy a health insurance in order to enter to Australia, then what I searched and found that there are many cheapest health insurance available, and I bought one because I was thinking just to get my visa, and then I need that. But the reality is you really need this health insurance in your day-to-day life. So what I missed that some of the very important services like outpatient service. What is outpatient service? So your kid is sick, so you have to go to doctor, you have to visit to doctor, and for that you need to go to GP. And this kind of small service that you really need to visit frequently, those are not included in the by default in the health insurance. Okay, so you have to look very carefully. Maybe you need to spend $20 or $30 extra per month, but that would definitely help if those services are included. Then at the end of each month, if you visit any GP or do any kind of small service like blood testing or x-ray, then you don't have to pay for that. You can straight away claim those money from the health insurance. So that's really important to think in details, not just to grab on. Please don't do like that. And another number 6 is house rent. Okay, house rent is kind of very, very unlikely here comparing to other part of world. So for example, for me, when I moved to Kuala Lumpur, I was staying there for 3 years. Then I found, and I never thought about rent an apartment in Kuala Lumpur because it was quite easy. You can call the agent anytime, you can inspect your apartment anytime, and you can actually book that apartment anytime. But here the situation is completely opposite. So you cannot inspect the apartment here by yourself. You have to wait for the agent. So agent will give you the date, number 1. Number 2, there are many people waiting in the queue. So you are visiting, you are inspecting an apartment, in the same day maybe 10 people also inspecting. So it is not guarantee that you are going to get that apartment. So that's really tough. This is really tough business. And if you wanna stay in your country and trying to rent an apartment, that's kind of impossible unless you have friend here who can do inspection on behalf of you. So my suggestion would be, think about this beforehand, at least 1 or 2 months before, so that you can take the necessary initiatives, regarding the house rent. Number 7 is Airbnb. So since you are not able to get an apartment, so what you could do, you could actually rent Airbnb. That's quite easy. You don't have to do anything. You can go to Airbnb, you can check out the price and everything, and if it is suitable for you, just go for it, right? But my recommendation would be, try to get an Airbnb closer to the place where you are trying to rent your apartment. That would be really, really helpful. So for example, if you wanna rent your apartment, you thought, you definitely did some analysis and you thought that maybe Dandenong is the place where you wanna stay, and then therefore your apartment will be there, and then you will start looking at apartment. But my suggestion would be also, when you move here, then try to book Airbnb near Dandenong, even in the Dandenong. Then what will happen is you can go anytime to the agent or the site of the rental, the apartment site, and then you can visit, and anytime you can back and forth. It would be really easy for you. So I would suggest you that think about Airbnb very, very importantly. So you should not mess thing out, like you are going to stay some other site like north part of Melbourne or Sydney, and your Airbnb is the other side, like south side of the city. So that would really be very very tough for you in order to visit, like it would take 2-3 hours to go back and forth. And sometimes if you wanna get an apartment, maybe you need to visit a couple of times. That would be really really tough for you. Number 8 and the last one in my list is public transportation. So pretty simple, like whenever you try to rent your apartment, try to rent closer to train station. That's the easiest way, because in Australia they have the monthly pass system. So you can buy a monthly pass like $150, and then you can use that pass to go anywhere many times. So I mean here Uber and taxi is one of the costly service. So if you use Uber, you have to pay a lot of money. So why would you do that? So try to rent your apartment closer to the station, so that you can walk to the station, and from there you can straight away use the train and go to the city center. So that is the best option for you. So always think about this. And yeah, that's in my list. So hope you enjoy my video. Maybe in the next video I'll try to explain the other thing, like how to buy things like car in Australia, and what are the procedures that you have to follow. And then this kind of video, I will try to figure out what could I do for you, and I will keep posting of those as well in my channel. So yeah, I only request you guys, subscribe my channel, and then like my channel, share this video if you like this one, helpful for you, and then see you in the next video. Bye bye.